if I'm not mistaken, 20 years in the NHS?
As of January next year, it'll be 22 years in the NHS.
What were you doing before you decided to get into the NHS?
Did a few different roles, finishing university and trying to figure out what I wanted to do. Worked in financial services for a little bit, and I think took a job at the hospital because I thought it would be something different, something interesting. Worked in medical records a bit, and I think quickly got my head around the idea that actually a lot of what they would really have wanted to do, they couldn't do because everything was on bits of paper in folders.
Yeah, and you're a Leicester boy?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
born and bred?
From Leicester originally, and lived away for a few years and then came back. It's nice in a way to see that evolution, but also you feel more invested in it and in the success, and when there is success.
I take it your friends and family will use UHL, so you've got a vested interest to move the dial forward.
Absolutely, and it's important. You feel invested in the community, but also in the organisation because it's we're there to provide care to my family, to myself. This isn't about IT people doing things to ask doctors and nurses and other health professionals to work differently. This is those people asking to work differently and being really invested in it and leading it themselves. And what's changed, I think, over the last few years is, first of all, the technology's moved on, so we've got far greater opportunities to make things easier for our clinicians and our other colleagues, actually, with the advent of mobile technology and the way that can now take some of those obstacles out for people and make things easier.
How long have you been doing your CIO role?
So I've been in the CIO role nearly 4 years now.
That, to me, was round about the COVID time that you must have been taking on that responsibility. Can you just give me a bit of a view about your leadership approach to what must have been a very difficult time in a new job? We
pushed some barriers down that maybe we would have taken a lot longer to do. So I remember we did things like implemented video conferencing for our meetings and allowed people to work remotely, which we already had plans for, and we accelerated a lot of that. And I think for me the leadership element it's about making the best use of the people you've got, helping them to improve and be able to deliver. I'm there to support them and help them to develop. We've got lots of great people who all want to make a difference in healthcare. In this type of role, that's kind of what we're here to do, is to have we got all the right players on the pitch, and how do we then take those things forward.
So I know you're a big Leicester fan, and if we go back to 2016, you had a moment of pure joy.
We did, yes. Probably a moment it's definitely a moment I never thought I would see as a Leicester fan. I started going when I was quite young in the 1980s, and we had a definite up and down period through the 90s. But yeah, to reach that pinnacle and win the league and win the FA Cup in the last few years has been fantastic. Cheers, Paul. Thank you.
Cheers, Andy. Thanks for that.